to Pullman, Washington, the Palouse for a top 25 matchup between number 21 Stanford and number 25 Washington State. It should be a good one here in the Pac-12 as we look at the Pac-12 standings. In the North, Stanford in the lead with a 5-1 record. Washington State at 4-2. This game has big implications for the Pac-12 as the Washington State Cougars take the field here on Senior Day, also on Dad's Weekend here in Pullman, Washington. And hello there, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast booth as I am joined by two dads, Petros Papadakis and Mark Helfrich. And Petros, we'll start with you. For the Stanford Cardinal, a couple of big pieces of news for Stanford this week.
They made a change at quarterback. Keller Christ has been replaced by KJ Costello. That's not the first time this has happened this year, but David Shaw did it after the Oregon State game. KJ Costello, a freshman, a gunslinger, he can play. But the biggest news, Bryce Love is back. We're talking about one of the most explosive running backs in the country. Some people who aren't very smart thought that he could not carry the load because he wasn't big enough after Christian McCaffrey moved on to the NFL. I am that person. I'm an idiot. This guy is unbelievable. Explosive home run hitting plays almost every time he touches the ball. We'll see if that bum ankle can get it done on the Palouse in the snow today.
Last week without him, just 81 rushing yards against Oregon State to squeak out the victory. As far as Washington State is concerned, they've got a guy in Luke Falk who was pulled last week at Arizona. He's back as a starter this week.
Yeah, he's looked really ineffective and unsettled for the last 3 weeks. There's a little bit of a blueprint out there for Lance Anderson and the Stanford defense, but Luke just has to get back to being the Hall of Famer that he is. Get in rhythm, plant the back foot, and let it go. If you look, this is the first 3 plays from last week's game, and he just doesn't look right. The safeties are going to spin. This is something a lot of people do against Washington State, is try to change the look. He's just unsettled. The high ball could have been a pick 6. First play of the game, he's unhappy. Second play of the game, a 4-man rush. If Stanford can get home with a 3- and a 4-man pressure, it's going to be a long day for Luke. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, sets up 3rd and long. Again, a 3rd and long look. Marcel Yates in the Arizona defense changes the shell. There's still 3 true freshmen that play wide out at Washington State. Here he should be, right down the middle. He crosses the field. Luke Falk expects him one place. He's another. Timing, accuracy, precision, vital in this Washington State attack.
Speaking of perfect pictures, how about this? The weather, 35 degrees, snow is in the forecast, and for Stanford, that's rare. The last time they played in snow, 1936 at the Polo Grounds against Columbia.
The Neiman Lions.
Petros was on the sideline that day, I think.
It's rough.
Eric Powell is kicking off to Cameron Scarlett and Dorian Maddox. Washington State won the toss. They deferred. It'll be Maddox from the 5. Maddox has a hole. Maddox has got a blocker. Down the sideline, tackled at the 50. They'll mark him down at the 51-yard line.
Big time start for Stanford here. They do a great job splitting it to the boundary. It's a boundary return for Stanford. You can see the crease right there. There's nobody for the off returner to block until he gets to the kicker. And a great finish by Sherman to save the touchdown.
And our first look at KJ Costello. Taking over for Keller Christ. He won the job this week in practice. It became an open competition, and he won it. And the good news for Stanford fans, he's joined in that backfield by number 20, Bryce Love. And there's a surprise on first down, the handoff to Love. And Love will take it up to the 45 to pick up 4. Jalen Thompson with a tackle. With Stanford with the ball, what are we looking for?
Well, you've talked about it with the defense and with Bryce Love. That's Batman. Now we need a Robin, and KJ Costello just needs to be consistent. Take what's given, and then you flip it over. I think this guy's the most exciting interior lineman in college football. Hercules Mataafa, unbelievable guy in the backfield. A load for the Stanford front.
Second down and 6 here for the Cardinal. Costello That pass is batted down at the line. Hunter Dale.
Hunter Dale's a guy putting up pretty good numbers. 31 tackles, 7 TFLs. They get after the quarterback in the backfield. You see him just read the eyes of Costello. They're trying to get an easy throw for Costello to get started.
So now it's 3rd down and 11 after that great kickoff return to open up the game. They hand off to Love. Love gets hit, and he gets wrapped up and taken down. Tackled by Jihad Woods for a pickup of 2. So what a job by the Cougar defense.
A lot of speed for Jihad Woods getting out there. Coach, this looked like it was blocked pretty well.
It really was. Washington State just does a great job at the point of attack, defeating blocks. Jihad Woods has been an invaluable guy for them, not only in the USC game, getting to Sam Darnold, but now getting Bryce Love on the ground. Everybody's holding their breath every time that guy has the ball.
Jake Bailey on to punt. Jamal Morrow is back at his own 10. A good high punt, fair catch signaled and made at the 8-yard line by Morrow. With Washington State on offense, what are we watching for?
Well, you just saw him catch that punt. Jamal Morrow, one of the most underrated backs in the country, a senior. One last run on the Palouse for him. Look for him to catch the ball out of the backfield. They're quick hitters in Coach Leach's offense. And, of course, Horrible Harry. How could we forget Horrible Harry, the Stanford defensive tackle? Harrison Phillips, one of the biggest, scariest dudes in the Pac-12. He gets after it against the run and the pass. Look out, Luke Falk.
It's not too often you get a guy at nose tackle who leads your team in tackles. He's got 61 in the season. Falk on 1st down. Pass is complete to Kyle Sweet.
Great rhythm throw there. Again, Coach Leach is getting him started this week. Plants his foot, gets the ball out on a little. That's a little generic stick route that everybody in America runs.
Luke Falk enters this game 131 yards shy of the Pac-12 record held by Sean Mannion. Enters this game 13,469 career passing yards. Swings it out again to Sweet. Sweet breaks a tackle down the sideline. And this time he'll get stood up by Justin Reed. But a pickup of 8 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, again, Justin Reed almost got out-leveraged by the receiver. You can see him defeat the block number 8 there. Justin Reed gets over the top right there, just out of your picture. Otherwise, he's gone. And again, they're trying to get the ball out of Luke Falk's hands into the playmakers early.
Frank Buncombe had the read and had the tackle behind the sticks, but couldn't make the play.
James Williams in the backfield. Falk, little shovel pass to Williams, and that was read beautifully by Harrison Phillips and Mike Tyler, a loss of 3.
Petros, you said it. This guy is unique. He's a giant. He's kind of the opposite size-wise of Monta Afa, but equally as effective. I think these are 2 of the best interior linemen in college football.
It's really hard to play reckless and read a screen, and he did it just there.
Now 62 tackles on the season. Falk throws, completes the pass. A nice catch by Desmond Patman.
And if you're a Washington State fan, that's the route you want to see him complete. The rhythm out, 12-yard out. Luke Falk has probably thrown about 6,000 yards, Petros, in his career on that route right there.
There's always going to be open receivers in this offense. It's just a matter of whether or not Luke Falk can find them and deliver the ball to them on time without being harassed by the Stanford front.
A look at Mike Leach there. 3rd and 2. We welcome those of you now watching us on Fox. Falk is going to try to run for the 1st down, and he's not going to get there. Bobby Okereke able to take him down a yard shy of that 1st down marker.
Mike Leach was thinking about it right there, but they're going to bring on the punting unit. That would have been an interesting call. 4th and a yard and a half right there. Not what Luke Falk wants to be doing, stepping up and running. Great 3rd down stop by Stanford.
Kyle Sweet, who's the receiver and the punter for Washington State, will punt to Jay Tyler. The low kick. Look at this roll. Little rugby style. And that will be down at the 11, a 62-yard punt by Kyle Sweets. It's cold here in Pullman. We'll see if Bryce Love can warm things up for the Cardinal. No score here in the first quarter. The Cougars in Stanford. State David Shaw, 1 win shy of tying the school record held by Glenn Pop Warner. That's right. Youth football, Pop Warner. That's what David Shaw is chasing right now. Daniel Marks in the backfield here for Stanford as they're backed up to their own 11 after that 62-yard punt. Costello will hand off to Marks, and Marks gets hit right away by Hercules Mataafa.
I love Daniel Marks. I love Hercules Mataafa. I love both these guys. But when you get a big fullback at Stanford that's doing good work, you have an offense that is going to be tough to stop. They like to get that fullback the ball a couple times a game just to keep everybody honest to say they're going to give you that dive. They don't care if it gains a lot of yards. They just want you to see it.
And a great picture there of the movement by Washington State and defensive coordinator Alex Grinch.
2nd down and 10. Bryce Love is back in now at tailback. Dalton Schultz, the tight end in motion. They roll out Costello. Costello throwing. Has a man wide open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And Whiteside goes for 18 yards.
He's been a good receiver for them. I like how Costello moved the pocket there. He didn't throw that one on the run, Coach. He stopped.
Yeah, that was a great job by Coach Shaw. They're trying to throw this flat route, the quick out to get, just get the rhythm going. And it's a little high-low, and Arcega-Whiteside fits in behind the corner. And very confident throw by Costello.
It was Arcega-Whiteside who had the game-winning touchdown catch last week at Oregon State. On 1st down, handoff to Love. And Love gets hit in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard here.
Again, just great pre-snap stemming by Washington State up front. What that is just trying to get their smaller guys, smaller defender into a gap and beat the bigger Stanford offensive lineman and try to make it an athletic contest rather than a brutality contest.
Yeah, Garrett McBroom was a little brutal on that play, getting in the backfield before Bryce Love could get his legs started. There's Coach Grinch.
Alex Grinch in his 3rd year with the Cougars.
Don't be surprised that sometime here a play action pass. Everybody in the stadium's trying to stop Bryce Love.
Play clock down to 3. Costello. Incomplete, coming near sideline for Donald Stewart. 3rd and long coming up here for Stanford.
Plenty of arm strength there. That's never been an issue for KJ Costello. It's just the accuracy, and that's a tough throw to the wide field in any conditions, let alone these.
It's hard to know what David Shaw's going to do with his quarterbacks, but I feel like KJ Costello, with that arm and his ability to run, and he's not a great runner, is the QB of the future for the Cardinal.
He's got his fullback, Daniel Marks, in there with him. On 3rd and 11, Costello taking the shot, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Arcega-Whiteside, but Sean Harper Jr. was right there, and Arcega-Whiteside maybe turned into a defensive back as opposed to a receiver right there.
Yeah, he did a great job there. Harper just gets in his hip pocket, and this ball either has to be shorter and further outside or deeper and further outside, but you cannot miss a fade inside. Arcega-Whiteside does get the credit for the PBU.
I like how he tried to come underneath and make the play, but Harper was just too strong in there and wouldn't let him come across.
Jake Bailey on to punt. Jamal Morrow back deep. A good punt. Morrow has to back up to the 22, escapes 1 tackle. And then he gets wrapped up at the 25-yard line, a 50-yard punt. Luke Falk had a couple of completions on his first series, chasing some records here today in Pullman on Senior Day. No score here in the first quarter. The dads are in attendance right now for this game, and what was that? A good defense leads to refreshing offense. So far, it's been good defense, all defense, in this first quarter. 21 seconds to go. Falk, little jump pass, tip ball, and it's incomplete. Looking for James Williams. Mike Tyler is the one who got his hand on the ball.
Tyler gets it that time. I tell you, Stanford's done a great job against this short passing game early of Washington State.
Yeah, really good identification by Tyler. Good vertical to get that on the ground. He had a long way to run if Williams was able to corral that.
Good job getting the hands up.
2nd down and 10. Falk dumps it off to Williams. And Williams lowers that head and shoulder and picks up 6, and that should be the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, Washington State's going to be really happy just with the eyes and the feet of Luke Falk there in the first quarter. He looks completely different than he has in the last 3 games.
The first time these teams are meeting as top 25 opponents in 25 years, and it's a defensive battle so far. No score here in the Palouse. Scoreless game as we start the second quarter between Stanford and Washington State. 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Cougars. Luke Falk. The pass is complete, but Tavares Martin gets tackled by Casey Tuhill and loses a yard. So the defense for Stanford doing the job, and this is the first snow game for a Stanford football team since 1936. Almost unfathomable, but that game took place against Columbia at the Polo Grounds in New York City, the old home of the New York baseball Giants.
You know, there's about one place you can get snow in the Pac-12 or the old Pac-10 back in the day, and it's here.
It's a high short kick. A shank this time by Kyle Sweets. And let's see where they mark this. It looks like it's at the 48 of Washington State. Just a 12-yard punt. Maybe the weather is playing a factor. Hey, these students, they want this weather. They live for this weather here in Pullman. At Martin Stadium in Pullman, Washington, no score. Stanford and Washington State. Justin Kutcher, Petros Papadakis, Mark Helfrich with you here on Fox. KJ Costello making a second start. On 1st down, the handoff to Bryce Love. Love up the middle. Bryce Love breaks the tackle. There goes Love. Touchdown, Bryce Love, 52 yards.
Well, Jalen Thompson had a shot at him, and it would have been an explosive play, but not a touchdown. And you saw the strength in Bryce Love. We talked to David Shaw about that yesterday. This is not a big bag. But first, you see the turn he makes right up the gut.
This is the thing about him. He stays square, runs through the arm tackle, and is gone. And that's how quickly it happened. Hanser can't get him on the ground. Up to that point, a 6-yard run was his longest. 52 to the house for Bryce Love.
He had 14 yards in the first quarter. He had 52 yards on that run as Jet Toner is on for the extra points. And there you have it, just like that, in a blink of an eye. Number 20 is back for Stanford, and back in a big way. Breaking the tackle, showing off the speed, and Bryce Love has his 12th touchdown of the season. And Bryce Love has his 10th of at least 40 or more yards. That 52-yard touchdown run by Bryce Love was his 10th run of 50 or more yards this year, which ties an FBS record set by Melvin Gordon in 2014. He did that in an entire season. By the way, Bryce Love still has more to go this season.
That's why it's called a rushing average.
Exactly.
Bailey to kick off. James Williams in the end zone will take a knee. Luke Falk taken over at the 25 with 2 running backs in Jamal Morrow and James Williams. And the handoff is to Morrow. Morrow will get 5 up to the 30.
Good start on 1st down there if you're Mike Leach in Washington State. And you're talking to Luke Falk on the sideline. Just be patient, execute, don't panic. Bryce Love is going to do his thing, but you've got to do your thing, and that's execute.
They've yet to catch their normal rhythm of offense, though. Throughout the first quarter, we didn't see it.
Second down and 5. Play action. action. Falk rolling out to his right, dumps it off to Morrow, who's got some room. Morrow makes a nice move. A good tackle by Alameen Murphy. Just that arm tackle to get the leg of Morrow. Otherwise, he would have gotten a lot more than 11 yards.
That's why he's Washington State's all-time leader in receptions at running back. He fits in protection, looks if he needs to help out, and then just gives his eyes to the quarterback. Great job by Luke Falk finding the outlet.
Nice two-man game between everybody, and let's see if they can work that into a meaningful drive.
Falk, the quick pass on the slants to Desmond Patman, and Patman gets 11 yards for the first down.
Great call by Coach Leach, getting the slant route to replace the blitzer. There was a pressure by Stanford right down the pipe. That slant just filled that void beautifully. And again, good execution by Falk.
That's 2 in a row.
The snow is stopped now. They fake the jet sweep. Falk now swings it out.
Could be a line ball.
They're going to say no, not a lateral. It was a forward pass intended for Brandon Arconato. Luke Falk, all-time now 5th player ever to make it to 1,300 career completions.
Wow. And 2 out of those 5 are Mike Leach disciples. Graham Harrell at Texas Tech.
Where's Johnny Unitas?
He didn't throw 1,300 times in his career.
13 times a game.
On 2nd and 10, handoff to Morrow. Morrow's got the hole. Morrow gets tackled down at the 12-yard line. Ben Edwards after a 24-yard run by Morrow.
These are the quick hits in their run game that can really hurt you.
Yep, Stanford is playing coverage there. They're trying to stop Luke Falk in the passing game. Tay Martin does a great job on the perimeter. Good look at the O-line up front. The big fella, Cody O'Connell, the All-American, leading the way for Morrow. They're in business.
It was Tay Martin's block on number 24, Quentin Meeks, that really sprung it an extra 20 yards. Nice play.
1st and 10 from the 12. Falk to the end zone. Touchdown! Tavares Martin. Eighth touchdown of the season for number 8.
Great recognition by Falk. There's a bunch of eye candy down here at the bottom. Makes the safety freeze and throws it right over the top of him. Great execution. Great finish by Tavares Martin.
And now Eric Powell on for the extra point. And a great answer by the Washington State Cougars. It was a quick strike by Stanford and a nice drive by the Cougars to get 7 back. Luke Falk climbing up the charts. He's got 1 touchdown now on the day. We're all tied up at 7. Last week at Arizona, Mike Leach pulled Luke Falk. Right now they're having a conversation after Luke Falk led his team down for a touchdown, connecting with Tavares Martin for a 12-yard touchdown catch to tie this game up at 7. Eric Powell will kick off to Dorian Maddox and Cameron Scarlett. Scarlett from about a yard deep in the end zone. And Scarlett took a hit as he crossed the 15, gets up to the 18-yard line. KJ Costello in the shotgun. Handoff to Love, who gets hit in the backfield by Hercules Mataafa. Wow! A 4-yard loss. Mataafa was in the backfield almost as they snapped the ball.
How did he hang on to this football? That's impressive. Shades of Jadeveon Clowney right there. But the hat stays on. Bryce Love. What a play by one of the best defenders in the country, Hercules Mataafa.
Mike Bloomgren said there's a t-shirt here that said he's one bad Mataafa. That was what that was right there.
That's a fact.
The flying Hawaiian. Trevor Spates is now in at tailback with the fullback Daniel Marks. It is Spates, and Spates gets hit in the backfield. Frankie Louvu is there, putting on a show, and that has special meaning for him, playing in front of his parents for the first time in his career.
Here's a young man out of American Samoa. Check him just coming off the edge and finding the ball in the backfield. Washington State's had a lot of success coming off those edges and getting to the Stanford backs right away.
That was one of those things I was interested to see on film in those two back sets that Stanford was in. Washington State a bunch of edge pressure, and when you toss a ball like that, that opens you up to penetration.
And they hand off to Spates, and that's a good run there by Trevor Spates. He picks up 7 yards, just gives his punter Jake Bailey a little bit of breathing room to get a punt off.
Yeah, that's really what sparked this whole game almost, was that shanked punt by Sweet. Just that breathing room being out of the end zone. It's a little psychological thing for the protectors more than the punter.
Started the scoring, and now we'll see if Washington State can get that rhythm back, if they can secure this punt. Jake
Bailey to punt from just in front of his own end zone. Jamal Morrow back at his own 40. Another booming punt. And let's see where they mark this out of bounds. And this will be marked out at the 29-yard line. A 57-yard punt by Jake Bailey. On first down, Luke Falk.
3-man rush.
Dancing with some time, going down the field, has a man open, completes it to Tavares Martin, who had the touchdown catch. Martin all the way down to the 31, a 40-yard completion.
Beautiful execution here by Luke Falk. There's a safety over the top that you can't see. He just drops it. That's that back shoulder throw. If the ball's behind the receiver, he sees it. The DB does it. Great adjustment by Tavares Martin. This is a guy that really starting to develop some chemistry. Falk and Tavares Martin.
They'll say he's down at the 32-yard line. Falk gets rid of it quickly to Martin. Martin makes one-man miss and then gets tackled by Ben Edwards. A 3-yard pickup for Martin.
Whenever I see Mike Leach's team play, it always surprises me just how physical the receivers are on the edge. If they don't block, they can't play here. Renard Bell that time with
a true freshman.
Yeah, just a true freshman. Only 5'8", 160 pounds. Just put a heck of a block on Quentin Beach for about 3 seconds.
Luke Falk is now 3 yards away from breaking the all-time Pac-12 passing record held by Sean Mannion. Will he get it here to Jamal Morrow? He does. Morrow is up at the 20. There's a 9-yard completion, and Luke Falk is now the all-time Pac-12 career passing leader.
Wow, that's amazing. Not surprising with the talent of him and the combination of he and Mike Leach, but passing another great quarterback in this conference, Sean Mannion.
Over 13,600 career yards and continues to add to it. The handoff to Wicks. Gerard Wicks can't get through the tackle of
another true freshman there. You alluded to it earlier. Petros, Jameer Calvin, he finishes his block right there, and Wicks is in the end zone. Doing a great job right now mixing the run and pass is Washington State.
Defense got him the ball back, and that offense under Luke Falk continued the rhythm they found on the last touchdown drive, and they're doing it with the 2 backs in the backfield.
It's going to be first and goal from the 10. Falk rolling out to his right, flag is thrown, throws the end zone, it's incomplete. We'll have to wait to see what this flag is for, but usually it's going to be holding.
Holding, offense number 60, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Yeah, they're trying to get after the young fella, Andre Dillard. It's the second time he's been kind of the victim on the twist there. Toohill penetrates inside. It's just an accident.
Hey, he's
just trying to help his quarterback out.
Hand all over the chest, handful of jersey on the front there, coach. You get called every time.
It's first and goal from the 30. Falk with plenty of time throws over the middle to Kyle Sweet, who gets tackled right away by Jordan Perez, picks up just 3 yards.
Yeah, that's one of those ones right there. I think Luke Falk needs to get out of his hand. He was going from the tailback right to Sweet. He kind of went past Sweet for a second and then came back to him. If he delivered that ball sooner, he's probably running out of it.
Second and goal. Under 6 to go here in the first half. 7-7 ball game, top 25 matchup. Falk taking the shot to the end zone. Touchdown! Renard Bell, 27 yards.
Great
so
job
much for
by
those
Luke.
holdings.
Yeah, great job by Luke Falk there. Number 6 is going to clear out the middle. And then there comes the post route right down the middle. Renard Bell splits that 2-deep safety look. And just great timing and execution again by Luke Falk. You can see his right foot plant and throw. Hit as he throws. A great finish by Bell. Being rewarded for that dirty work he did earlier.
And he took some hits as well, able to hang on to it for his 3rd touchdown catch of the year, as Eric Powell comes on for the extra point. 9 different receivers have caught a pass today. They averaged 10 in a game. For Washington State, they will receive the kick to open up the second half. It's a 14-7 ball game. The Cougars lead the Cardinal here at the half. Right now, let's get you to LA. Mike Hill, Matt Leinart, take it away. 14-7, the Cougars lead the Cardinal. Justin Kutcher alongside Petros Papadakis and Coach Mark Helfrich. And Petros, first half, you know, we think about all this offense with Washington State, but it was their defense that was truly so impressive.
That's what's really set Washington State apart this year. Their defense has been fast and physical, and they did a great job against Bryce Love, except for one run. And on offense, the Cougs got it going. They got their rhythm. Will be a very interesting second half here to see what happens with KJ Costello, the young quarterback for Stanford.
And as we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Geico. Coach, I mean, these numbers, really, the rush yards, 52 of those for Stanford came on one run by Bryce Love.
Yeah, and 51 rushing yards at halftime for Washington State. That's like 200 if you're Stanford. And then if you go to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that's the story. 7 tackles for loss. And the Luke Falk, 19 of 23 in the first half. Very happy about his production, his efficiency, if you're a Coug.
Again, this is coming after Luke Falk was pulled last week at Arizona in the first half. He comes back very good in the first half here, 19 of 23 for 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. The snow is still falling here in Pullman. Stanford and Jake Bailey will kick off to Keith Harrington and James Williams for Washington State. The final home game of the season for the Cougars, and this will be a touchback. And Luke Falk, after throwing 2 touchdowns in the first half, is now 2 touchdowns away from tying the Pac-12 record set by Matt Barkley. On first down, he comes out throwing, and he completes the pass to Tavares Martin for 5 yards.
That's been the dynamic duo so far today. Again, Justin Reed running over the top of the receiver, trying to block him and limiting the game.
Jabal Morrow in the backfield. Second down and 5. Handoff is to Morrow. And Morrow runs in to big number 66, Harrison Phillips. Harrison Phillips, who's been fairly quiet since really the opening series.
He has. Horrible Harry. He's been a good player all year for Stanford, finally making his presence known. We have 2 guys that are locks for all Pac-12 in Hercules Mataafa and Harrison Phillips in this game. And one of them could be the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year.
3rd, big play coming out for Stanford's defense just to get a little juice to that offense. Need some binoculars here. Another 5-man rush.
Falk down the sideline to Tavares Martin again. Another big catch, but the hat is off and a flag is thrown. And it might be that Martin was out of bounds and came back in. Isaiah Johnson Mack was the receiver.
Well, he's his high school
Same
teammate,
high
right?
school.
So they know. But yeah, I think Johnson Mack stepped out, and then he was the first one to touch. It's an illegal touch, most likely, an incomplete pass.
There is no flag for illegal touching. It's been ruled that number 9 was forced out of bounds, came back in legally and made the catch. That's a first down.
Good work by the officials right there. It's single coverage up top. Again, a 5-man pressure. They do a great job neutralizing it. Alameen Murphy there in coverage, really in great position. Luke Falk again loves that back shoulder throw. A great job with the pace of that ball. It has to be firm, but with touch to make that completion to Johnson Mack.
That's a 20-yard completion. Now Morrow and Williams in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 35. It's Morrow making a couple of moves. Up to the 30, picks up 5.
Good patience, square, but getting vertical by Morrow. I thought he had more on that first down run to start the half where Phillips got him in the backfield, but great patience by both the play caller, Mike Leach, who loves to throw deep, Luke Falk, the guy who's totally in control, and the tailback.
Tay Martin lined up in the backfield, now goes out. And James Williams comes in the backfield on 2nd down and 5. Falk able to hit Patman, and Patman takes a big hit by Quentin Meeks, but a 16-yard completion. 1st and 10 from the 14. Handoff is to Williams. Williams gets hit by Harrison Phillips. He'll get a yard.
Yeah, that's a great job defensively by Stanford. That's one of those, you know that I know that you know that I know that you're going to run the ball. They make it a 5-man box. Exactly. They hand it off. Stanford runs over the top to get over the top of Williams. And a great finish by Phillips.
That guy gets his hands on you, the play is over.
It's over.
2nd down and 9, 10th play of the drive. Here, Falk. Rush. Falk dancing around, buying time, takes the shots, and he took a shot through with nobody there.
Horrible Harry once again getting to the ribs of Luke Falk. I've seen Luke Falk get up from worse than that. This time Harrison
may
Phillips.
end up being an intentional grounding. You're exactly right. Great scramble. Falk may have gone out, and once you're out of the pocket, you're out of the pocket. They're conferring right now to make this decision. There was nobody in the area whatsoever.
It's Morrow in the backfield here on 3rd and 20. From the 24.
Somebody got it in the middle of the field. He's wide open.
Falk gets hit again, throws it up to the end zone. It's incomplete. Was looking for Johnson Mack.
It seems like this Stanford pressure is starting to confuse Luke Falk a little bit and take a little football out of it.
Yeah, that was a weird looking coverage. They had nobody on sweep right down the pipe, ran right between the safeties. Falk just obviously didn't identify it. If you look at number 17, just watch the guy run right down the middle of the field. The backside safety is outside the hash. That's a touchdown for Washington State. Falk smartly gets rid of it and avoids a sack.
Now a 41-yard field goal attempt for Eric Powell. And Powell's kick is good from 41. The Cougs here in their final home game of the season on Dad's Weekends, leading here by 10 over the Cardinal. All the dads in attendance have to be proud of their kids dropping pumpkins from the 12th floor.
Absolutely, that's appropriate while playing Stanford. that Pie makes an appearance.
Teach you to be wasteful, throwing pumpkins away.
Hey, Halloween is now come and gone. Short kick. Scarlett for the 10. Cameron Scarlett breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to be down at the 40-yard line by the kicker, Eric Powell. Stanford handing off here to Bryce Love, who really, with the exception of one run, that 52-yard run, has been bottled up. Loses a yard here as Jahad Woods makes the tackle.
It did look like Schultz learned his lesson. Watch him cut down Hercules Mataafa right there. At least he doesn't make the play, but plenty of Cougs involved. Jalen Thompson coming at the end to clean it up. They've been all over Bryce Love.
That's the 5th negative run today for Bryce Love.
Unbelievably impressive again by Alex Grinch's front pre-snap movement, post-snap movement, but sound with the exception of one run.
Costello to the sideline, completes it to Arcega-Whiteside. Arcega-Whiteside up to the 49, tackled by Darian Moulton. He'll be a yard shy of the first down marker.
That puts him in the third down situation they wanted to be in after the run play.
Absolutely. Here comes some big boy football for Stanford. Multiple O-linemen shifting in and out. Frankie Luvu dropped out from his defensive end position, almost making a play under Arcega-Whiteside. Devery Hamilton thought he was subbed out. They need all the poundage in on this one.
Cameron Scarlett, Daniel Marks. Costello's going to pass, low pass. Nice catch by Marks down the sideline. And Marks is down at the 28-yard line. What a catch by Daniel Marks, his first catch of the year. That was a low throw that he went down to get.
Yeah, holding up the shoelaces.
Big time play, Petros. You talked about this earlier. Sometimes you hand him as a bone to reward all that dirty work they do. Now it's a great catch, showing off his hands. Big time execution on 3rd and 1. A bunch of trust in those players by David Shaw.
Man, they had some good fullbacks in this Stanford era of Jim Harbaugh and David Shaw. Owen Marisic. Marks is just another one of those guys.
That was a 24-yard completion on 3rd and 1. Bryce Love is back in. Costello. We have the flag thrown. Arcega-Whiteside was looking for it. He got shoved down by Darian Moulton, but no flag.
David Shaw in the line judge's ear here. Certainly could have been called on Moulton. It looked catchable. I'm surprised that's not a call on Moulton. Arcega-Whiteside certainly could have made that catch.
Hand off to Love. Love looking for a hole. Love found it, then just looked like he slipped. He goes down at the 23 to pick up 4. It looked like he was about to explode for one.
Is having him go laterally against this very fast Washington State defense pragmatic for Stanford to do?
Well, it is. What they're trying to do is just create that, a cutback lane. He kind of trips over his own feet. Sometimes, again, when Washington State moves one way, that's the only way they can move. Sometimes they're trying to cut it back against the grain, with the grain. It's give and take for sure against a defense like this.
On 3rd and 6, they roll Costello out. Plants, throws, and he completes the pass. Forward progress to Connor Weddington, and it looks like he's going to have the first down. Yes, he will.
Nice close by Jahad Woods, one of the fastest guys on the Washington State defense, but good job securing the ball by Weddington.
Yep, Costello's looking here on that little high-low. There's 2 routes over here that are covered. Gets his eyes all the way back to Weddington. Good eyes by Costello, good execution. Good finish by Jahad Woods to limit the game.
Trevor Spates now in at tailback. Handoff is to Spates. And Spates picks up a couple yards. Not quite what we have going on right here in Pullman. On 2nd down and 8, Costello fumbles on a pump, picks it up, and he's going to run it in. Touchdown, KJ Costello. Oh, wow, a mistake turns into a fortune.
You're just shaking your head right now if you're Coach Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator for Washington State. He's had everything dialed up. They've done such a good job containing this Stanford offense. And here's KJ Costello. Where's the defense for this?
That'll be reviewed. It could have been an incomplete pass. Could be a tuck rule. Somewhere Bobby Bowden's smiling. That's a modified fumble Ruski there, really. They had every route covered.
Jet Toner on for the extra point. 3-point ball game here in Pullman. A pump fake, the fumble, picks it up, runs it in for 14. Just how Mike Bloomgren drew it up.
No question.
17-14, Washington State leading Stanford. 17-14, Washington State leading Stanford here with 6:30 to go here in the third quarter on a chilly afternoon in Pullman, Washington. And it was KJ Costello with the touchdown on the fumble. He was able to pick it up and run in untouched. James Williams will watch this one sail through the end zone. You know what? You ever have the checklist, things to do?
If I was more organized.
Well, this is what this guy is doing. Washington State records, Pac-12 records. He got the passing yards today. The wins as a starter. He will not get that in the Pac-12, but touchdowns, wow. He's 2 away from tying, 3 away from being the all-time Pac-12 leader. Falk gets hit again, gets rid of it. Tay Martin, who again hangs on as he gets hit by Jordan Perez, but picks up 5.
Yeah, Perez is doing a great job adding himself to the rush. They're eventually only bringing 3 guys, but they're varying the look so much. Watch 15 here. I'm sorry, he actually finishes the tackle. The 3-man rush, that was Phillips that time creating the pressure. They've gotten more pressure with the 3-man rush than anything else.
Hand off to Morrow. Gets wrapped up and brought down by Harrison Phillips. He is just so strong.
Yeah, it's over once he gets his hands on you, like we said. And that play did look like it could go for a little more. It's setting up pretty well for Morrow, but Stanford has a really good ability to recover and fit in the run game a little late in these situations because these Wazoo Cougars hit it quick when they run the ball.
3rd and 1. Morrow again, trying to change directions, and he's going to be down shy of the first down marker. Dylan Jackson was the first one there. And so now here you are again, decision time.
I think they're going for this. I think Mike Leach is going to be a little bit impatient and go for it. Malik Antoine did a great job of turning that play back. He was number 3 coming off the edge right there for Stanford.
Stanford with some late substitutions. Under Mike Leach, one of the best teams in 4th down conversions. Falk throws, picked off, intercepted by Okereke. Going the other way, Okereke to the end zone, touchdown. 51 yards. Disbelief here in Pullman.
Yeah, the Martin Stadium crowd is silenced. Okereke sits on the route. Again, a stick route that Washington State runs a ton of. Out of that motion, they're rolling the tailback to the field. It becomes an empty situation. Okereke, number 20, right on the bottom of the Cougar, just sits and triggers, and he does the rest. Great athletic move to avoid Luke Falk.
And a great route to the end zone to get away from Morrow, because Morrow's one of the fastest guys on the field, and Okereke took that route. He couldn't get to him.
Jet Turner for the extra point. Usually it's a number 20 doing the scoring. It's Bryce Love. Now it's the other number 20 for Stanford, Bobby Okereke, on 4th down, intercepting Luke Falk and taking it the distance the other way. The pick 6 to give Stanford the lead here in Pullman. 21-17. Stanford now leading Washington State.
Well, here's the pick 6. Again, Okereke is right on the bottom of the Cougar, the bottom left of the W in Cougar. Just sits on the stick route by number 6. That's Jameer Calvin. He jumps it, and he's gone. Great move on Luke Falk. Great finish by the Stanford defense. And David Shaw said they have to win one ugly, scoring on defense, a little kick ball pickup, walk-in touchdown by Costello. That's a pretty ugly way to win.
Bailey kicking off again through the end zone. Falk moving backwards, throws high, dangerous, incomplete.
And at a certain point, Luke Falk's just got to eat the ball. That is, I know he doesn't want to do it, but man, that is tough. This guy gets hit so much. That time it was Jordan Fox coming on the bull rush, and he tries the old jump pass, but a little too high and not enough vertical.
Yeah, fadeaway pass is not really good down the middle late. Had his back here to the boundary as his check down clean.
Falk again pressured this time. He will go down. Sacked by Joey Alfieri. Alfieri didn't play in the first half because of targeting. He's back, makes his presence felt. A loss of 9.
He comes off the left side of the screen. James Williams tries to pick him up. Should probably cut him right there.
Yeah.
But a great job by Alfieri just staying alive, working hard. Joined by Phillips to finish him off.
Nice bull rush by Alfieri, knowing he had a back on him and that he could bulldog that back into Luke Falk, who's not very mobile, likes to stand right there and make his reads.
And they will not get the snap off in time as this third quarter will come to a close. 3rd and 19 for the Cougars to start the fourth quarter. But the third quarter belonged to the Cardinal. An offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown. They lead by 4 as we go to the fourth. Nothing better than seeing a 6'4", 285-pound defensive lineman getting his groove on.
Oh, that's the best dancer in Omaha, Nebraska.
Little shovel pass here to James Williams on 3rd and very, very long. And it's the dancer, Harrison Phillips, with a tackle. And David Shaw, the Stanford Cardinal, 45 straight wins when leading after 3 quarters. That is the longest active streak in the FBS.
And maybe it's the Stanford defense that's been doing it, but Luke Falk has really struggled in the last couple possessions.
It's been tough. His last 6 passes, that was the only completion on a shovel pass. 4 incompletions and a pick 6. Got to find a way for him to rally.
Kyle Sweet to punt. Trent Irwin. He will field it at the 31. Makes a couple of guys miss. Still on his feet. Irwin. That's a really good return to pick that ball up and make all those guys miss and still get positive yards. The guy they call Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Innovation at Stanford.
It's not the first thing they've done. 1st and 10. Pass is caught by Connor Weddington. And Weddington will get back to the line of scrimmage. Jalen Thompson was right there.
That's a pretty textbook tackle right there. That's how you do it. If you want to get a guy on the ground, go tackle big with your chest. Have your feet follow you and wrap your arms around the gentleman. And that time, Jalen Thompson out of Downey, California, Downey High School. A great fundamental play.
No question. And that gentleman runs 4.3 if you don't get him on the ground.
Bryce Love off the toss. Tries to turn it up. And their defense has done such a good job bottling up Bryce Love. That's a loss of 2. His 6th negative run of the game. Justice Rogers there on the tackle line. Guys, let's bring this up because Bryce Love, he's back from injury in this game. Missed the game last week, got hurt against Oregon. This was a game where he had a chance to make that push for the Heisman Trophy, right? It's a day game, national television. He's had 1 run, that's it.
If this is your first view of Bryce Love, you're absolutely right. You're not wowed. You did see the 52-yard home run, but this is exactly what David Shaw talked about. We have to do just enough with everybody else. And right now, defensively, they've been great. Special teams have been an equalizer. And KJ Costello just needs to do enough.
Costello completes the pass to one of his tight ends, Colby Parkinson. And Parkinson up to the 47 is going to be a yard shy of the first down marker. Marcus Strong with the tackle.
And he was fighting for it.
Yeah, that's where you want Parkinson to feel the change right there and just be physical, but great, strong tackle by Marcus Strong.
There's Marcus Strong fighting with a big tight end, 6'7", 230. That's not easy to get on the ground. And he tried just about everything. The old whale preaching move.
And now one of the players of the game for Stanford on, and Jake Bailey.
Was that Glenn Pop Warner with a whale breach?
Jamal Morrow back. A high punt, fair catch.
Another one inside the 10.
At the 6-yard line. 48-yard punts on senior day. Luke Falk trying to bring his team back, trailing by 4 here in the 4th quarter. Stats weekend. Get your party on. Spill the bucket over.
Is that a dab? Is that what he's doing there?
Yeah, dad doing a dab. I think that's what it's called, but
Dislocated elbow.
it's an ugly injury.
Yeah.
Starting at the 6 are the Cougars. On first down, the handoff to James Williams, and Williams gets tackled by Justin Reed, and that's a big-time tackle by the big-time safety.
Great call by Falk. You watch the left guard and center, little fold block, opening up for James Williams on the backside. Stanford almost baiting them in to run the ball. Great job getting Williams on the ground. Again, Reed has had a great day.
Now Jamal Morrow in at tailback. Luke Falk has 6 career 4th quarter comebacks. Trying to engineer his 7th, his last time playing here at the Palouse, and a flag is thrown as he gets sacked. Jordan Perez and Jovan Swan.
Holding offense number 69. That penalty's decline results in the play, 2nd down.
So it's a loss of 4 on the sack. The reason why you do that, you also lose the down.
They got Frederick Mauingoa, the center. Another player from American Samoa from Washington State. They've been logging a lot of travel miles.
Yeah, Joe Salavea, D-line coach here, did a great job recruiting the islands everywhere. Now the D-line coach at Oregon.
2nd down and 14. Pressure coming up the middle. Good job picking it up by Morrow. Falk got chased down by Peter Kalambai.
That's the 2nd time Kalambai has been right there, and Falk's done a nice job, at least this time, getting rid of it, setting up a manageable 3rd and 15.
Every time he drops back, he's getting harassed now. And these guys, Morrow, they're having a hard time picking up the blitz, although he did a good job that time picking it up. There's Kalambai getting the legs of Falk. He gets it away just on time.
Kalambai, high school teammate of Riley Ferguson, who went to Tennessee and now at Memphis, North Carolina.
On 3rd and 14. Falk throwing over the middle, completes the pass to Tay Martin for the 1st down. What a huge completion.
Exactly.
He said manageable.
Beautiful job by him of just fading in the pocket just a little bit, kept his feet underneath him, and a great job getting all the way across the formation by Tay Martin, just beyond the chains. Watch Falk just to his left and then finish to his right. That is a big-time throw. As long as you know there's no backside defender for the Cardinal.
Huge 3rd down conversion there for the Cougars. Hand off to Williams. Williams up to the 40. Gets 9 yards. 2nd down and 1 coming up, and that should open up the playbook big time here for Washington State.
Williams came into this game with 78 carries, which is a lot for Mike Leach to give a back.
Absolutely.
And you can see why there. That was really one of the first times Washington State's backs have not gotten what they needed right off the bat into the line of scrimmage, reset his feet, and then get back up the field for a very nice run.
5 receivers in on 2nd down and 1 here for Washington State. Quick pass, swung out wide. And a 1st down for Tavares Martin. Quentin Meeks on the tackle, but they'll move the chains.
Yeah, that's like power run for Washington State, right? The screen for the first down. It also feels, Petros, how you were talking about Williams in the run game. That's a break for Luke Falk, not getting pressured, not getting hit. Get the ball out of his hands and get positive gain. He'll survey the look right here. Might check run. It's a 5-man box for Stanford. Watch that linebacker up on top, kind of go in and out of the front.
Again, the quick pass, this time to Tay Martin. And Tay Martin gets shoved out by Justin Reed. An 8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2.
And you're at a tough spot if you're number 24. Quentin Meeks out there trying to defend it because you have a blocker in your face and you're trying to get after the ball carrier.
And the guy there, number 20, that guy running from the inside out, Okereke, the touchdown maker, that's the guy that Luke Falk is keen on whether to hand the ball off or throw the screen. Looks like Stanford maybe got away with a face mask.
2nd down and 2. It seems like Luke Falk, who was struggling in that 3rd quarter, is picking it back up again. Hands it off here to Williams. And Williams fighting for that yard. It looks like they're going to give it to him.
Nice
Bobby
job.
Okereke with a tackle.
Yep, nice job by Williams, just getting physical there. There was nothing there. A rare handoff into a 6-man box. That was a bad look as far as Mike Leach in terms of run game priority. But it sets them up here. They're probably in 4-down territory starting now if they don't go backwards.
And Williams is their 2nd largest back. Gerard Wicks is their biggest. But they're right at the 50 around here right now. What is it going to be like if they can continue this drive? Can they punch it in on Stanford? It's been a while since they were able to do that.
Falk to Morrow. Tackled by Frank Buckham. Morrow was lined up in the slot. He gets 20.
They were practicing that yesterday in their walkthrough. That's something Mike Leach loves to do. That's called a Texas route to the back, right over the middle, and what a guy to throw it to.
Such a weapon when you can run the football like that, run a route like that, go up and get the ball, and then get yards after the catch. That's what makes him and James Williams such threats, especially when they're backfield together.
10th play of the drive coming up here for the Cougars. Morrow goes out in motion. They'll throw it out to him. Morrow lowers that shoulder and lowers it to Alameen Murphy. Picks up 15.
Falk's kind of feeling it right here, and Mike Leach is a play caller. They're trying to take a little double move on a bubble screen look, and they tried to hit it vertically. Stanford matched that. He checked it down to Morrow to get great finish by he and Alameen Murphy being physical.
Pretty good tackler.
Very good.
It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Falk dumps it off. Calvin to the end zone. Touchdown. Jameer Calvin, 11-yard touchdown.
So we wondered if Stanford could punch it in down the stretch, or excuse me, that Wazoo could punch it in down the stretch on the Stanford defense, which has been very salty. That looked pretty easy for Luke Falk.
Such a great answer. The left side, the 2 receivers go vertical. He fills it up with the shallow route there by Calvin, and a little into the end zone touchdown. That was the play Luke Falk didn't make last week. The shallow that's wide open. Take that all day long, and your guy can do something with it.
Eric Powell, the extra point, makes it a 3-point game. Don't forget, they were facing a 3rd and 14, and they got 17 yards to extend the drive. And now Luke Falk able to find Jameer Calvin from 11 yards. And Washington State goes up by 3. Back here at the Palouse, it's now a 3-point lead for the Cougars, 24-21. Should the dads be doing that? Mike Leach talking to Luke Falk. 115th career touchdown pass, one shy of Matt Barkley's Pac-12 record. He went 94 yards over 11 plays, including that 3rd and 14 conversion. Eric Powell to kick off. This is returnable. is Cameron Scarlett. Scarlett has a hole. Here goes Cameron Scarlett. One man to beat. It's the kicker. And the kicker, Eric Powell, brings him down at midfield.
And that's the second time he's done that. Scarlett had a nice return on the last one, and Powell had to track him down.
Cameron Scarlett, who's had a couple of big returns today, almost took one to the house, but it's the kicker, Eric Powell, saying, not if I'm here.
Come on, kicker.
Eric Powell, he deserves a pat on the back. A huge tackle. Couple of them today. He's from what they call the Cougars, Vancouver, Washington, just outside of Portland, Oregon.
They talked about he was a great ping pong player yesterday. He was a great tackler today.
On first down, it's Bryce Love. Love trying to break the tackle. He cannot. Logan Tago.
Well, Bryce Love has not, I don't want to say he hasn't looked like himself today coming off the ankle injury, because you just saw there his legs were firing, he had his power, and he looked great on his 52-yard touchdown run. I really think it's Washington State and what they've done defensively, and now we have a new quarterback in.
Big quarterback in combination with Love, maybe some sort of read package.
Ryan Burns in. We saw him run earlier today. Second down and 8. Burns will keep it. And he gets gang tackled at the 46-yard line. Jalen Thompson, Justice Rogers combined for the tackle.
And you know how you have to feel good about Alex Grinch's defense. He's the D coordinator here on the Palouse for Washington State. Big guy like Burns, you saw all those players rallying to the football again, just like they were doing at the beginning of the game when they had all their fire and their juice in them. Now they're doing it in the fourth quarter. This has been a good defense all day.
3rd and 5. The snow begins to fall once again. Bryce Love is in at tailback.
And Costello at quarterback, 2 tight ends up top.
Bryce Love runs into his own man. Looked like he ran into his center, Jesse Burkett.
They definitely don't need any help from the Stanford offensive line to tackle these guys in the end zone, in the backfield. Looked like Hall, or potentially the center there, creating an issue. Yeah, it's A.T. Hall, the right tackle.
Excuse me, yes.
And does he get credit for a tackle for loss right there?
Why not? Mike Leach told us something interesting yesterday in regards to Stanford. He said, stay out of their way. And because they're big and strong. That's what Washington State's defense has done today. They've gotten around these big bodies and made plays in the backfield.
Absolutely.
So now Jake Bailey on to punt. Jamal Morrow is back. Stanford has those 3 timeouts remaining. High punt. Will it be too far? And Stanford, they could not get there. That was a beautiful punt, but it's going to go as a touchback.
Close.
The coverage team stopped.
Yeah, they did. Jake Bailey has been so good. They just expected him to spin it like your sandwich.
You've got Butch leading the cheering section here at Martin Stadium. But the question right now, guys, is 4:21 to go, 3 timeouts remaining for Stanford. How does Washington State manage the clock?
Well, that's not been their strength under Mike Leach.
I think this is their best bet, this 2-back look with 2 great, the backs, the great thing about their backs is they can run the ball and they can block. So you can run the ball both ways. You're not one-handed, so to speak. And right as I say that, they get Gerard Wicks out of the game.
Now, you coached a speed type of offense, obviously, and called plays for it for a long time. This is the same kind of offense, not exactly the same, but similar. Running clock is very difficult at the end of the game for teams like this.
Well, yes and no. You can sit here right now, Luke Falk, the play clock's at 12. You just milk the clock, snap the ball still with 2 or 1 seconds left if you want to take it down that far. And then this is why Mike Leach has had some criticism over the years for stuff like this.
Falk throwing deep, and he takes a chance on the coverage. Was Quentin Meeks, was looking for Tavares Martin.
It's a numbers game in their run game. Right there, Stanford has 6 defenders in the box. In the Mike Leach playbook, it says go to the one-on-one coverage, and there it is.
But that doesn't change at the end of the game.
Well, that's what the 2 backs does for you. It lets you dictate a little bit more.
So now
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, but now if you come up with a stop here and you're Stanford, call the timeout, stop the clock, and you got plenty of time.
That's why Mike Leach's concept of time is often criticized.
35, he's passing, throwing over the middle. Caught, first down. Jameer Calvin has a touchdown in the game. That goes for 15 yards.
The key right there, Jamal Morrow coming across the backfield of Luke Falk's face, and a big-time cut of Jordan Perez. We criticized their protection earlier. Phenomenal job. Falk does a great job with his eyes downfield, finding Calvin, and a big conversion. Let that clock bleed.
Maybe this is a finesse offense, but these backs and receivers block. They get after it, and if you're Mike Leach, what does it matter? What is your concept of time matter when you can depend on your quarterback to pull it out on third down?
One first down, the handoff to Morrow. And Morrow gets wrapped up by Okereke, picks up 4, and at what point do you start calling timeouts? There's the first one by Stanford. Second down and 6. Pump fake. Falk gonna run up the middle, slides. And where do they mark him down? Where did the slide start? Let's see.
He wants a first down.
That's so close. First down.
Doing his best Khalil Tate impression. Again, they tried to get the screen and go. Stanford matched it on the outside, and all that was left for Falk was to go vertical. Great job. Right where the quarterback starts his slide.
Oh, yeah.
And they might take a look at that. There is a timeout called by Stanford. They might take a look at where he started the slide. A big player safety issue.
After review, when the quarterback starts his slide, the ball is dead at that point. It was dead at the 47.5-yard line. It will be third down at that spot.
You know what? The officials have done a good job here today.
No doubt, and there was no reviews in the first half, and all of a sudden in the second half it came down like the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune on the review booth.
What?
A little Shakespeare for you, Coach.
Love it.
2:44 to go. 3-point ball game. And on to Morrow. Pulling with an extra effort. Gets the first down. What a second effort by Jamal Morrow.
Watch Gerard Wicks on Peter Kalambayi up top here, leading the way for Washington State to convert on 3rd and 1. So look at the left side of the screen. Kalambayi 34 meets Wicks. It's a great job. That's a tailback taking on a great defensive end. And then the will of Morrow to get the first down.
That reminds me a lot of a player you had, Coach, LaMichael James. He was not a big guy, but in short yardage situations, you had to trust him, and he would find a way to have some of the more powerful runs. Some of his best runs were very short. That was one of Jamal Morrow's best runs.
It's Morrow again. Takes it across midfield.
A little confusion in the backfield that time.
Let's take a look at the road ahead here for the Cougars, sponsored by Coors Light. To the climb ahead and to celebrations to follow. Climb on. 2 games remaining at Utah next week, and then at Washington for the Apple Cup on November 25th. They did get Bryce Love back today, with the exception of 1 run. They haven't done anything on offense.
No, they haven't been the team offensively they were earlier in the season when Love was running on all cylinders. And I thought K.J. Costello would give him a little bit of a boost in that regard today.
And he did a little bit, and I think, you know, everybody always wants to blame. Let's give Alex Grinch and the Washington State defense, and really Mike Leach and the entire staff, a ton of credit for bouncing back when the world was ending, right, for everybody last week.
And
but they still have to close this thing out.
Yeah,
no doubt.
That's the final timeout right there by Stanford. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Now it's going to be a play action pass for a touchdown or something. Something very Leachish.
It's Wicks on the carry. Wicks getting outside, and he gets tackled.
Now you bleed this all the way down. Take the delay if you're Washington State.
So again, inside the mind of Coach Mark Helfrich, he said, take the delay of game right here. Jay Tyler.
Absolutely. I would not snap this. You get all 25 seconds in this case of the play clock. So right here, just watch it run out, back up. The 5 yards doesn't hurt you.
They do snap it. They kick it out of bounds.
Love the punt.
Marked out at the 14-yard line.
Nice.
So 35 seconds left. They only need a field goal. But KJ Costello, who's only 9 of 17 for 105 yards, will take over with no timeouts remaining. Bryce Love, 16 carries, 69 yards, not even in there. They've got the fullback Daniel Marks in for some protection.
No question. Remember, that's a substitute left tackle in Devery Hamilton. We'll see if that pays off. Frankie Louvu on the pass rush right now. Dropping out.
Costello has to get rid of it. He does. Costello was being hounded and taken down by Nnamdi Oguayo. But that incompletion stops the clock at 29 seconds.
What a great rush by Nnamdi Oguayo coming off the edge and really almost getting Costello down. He did it on Hall, the right tackle, giving it up that time, Coach.
Yeah, great 3-man rush. They show a 4-man pressure. Rush 3, dropped Louvu out. That time we'll see if they switch it up. Bring Louvu and drop the field guy out this time. Still a 3-man rush.
Costello steps up over the middle, incomplete, was looking for Dalton Schultz. Are you surprised at all they're looking over the middle here? No timeouts?
You've got to find a seam. That's the beautiful part. If you're Washington State, to be able to create pressure with a 3-man rush, that's 8 guys now in the drop, and there's not a lot of creases.
This defense has been so impressive all day. Stanford might not look themselves. I think it has a lot to do, like you said, Coach, with these Cougs.
Bryce Love comes in.
Same defense.
Throws. Picked off. Intercepted. Frankie Louvu playing in front of his parents for the first time. Intercepts it to ice the game. What a moment for the Louvu family.
Frankie Louvu with his partner in crime, Hercules Mataafa, introducing himself to KJ Costello. Watch Mataafa come off the edge. Right there, hits Louvu right between the 5 and the 1. And that's going to do it for just a complete big-time bounce-back win for the Cougs.
And Louvu was all over it from the start. It was Trent Irwin that Costello was trying to find, and that ball was right behind Louvu, and he read his eye.
Frankie Louvu's father, Bryce, his mother, Ia, 3 brothers and sister, all made the trip to see him play his final game here in Pullman, Washington, and they just got to witness him make the interception to beat Stanford. Wow!
Great emotion from Luke Falk right there after they killed the clock, pumping his fist, loving up his O-lineman. Certainly a tip of the cap to an unbelievable player in Harrison Phillips. Great win for Mike Leach.
7-0 at home this season for the first time in school history for the Cougars. A 24-21 victory for Washington State. For those of you on Fox, after this commercial break, you'll see Michigan State and Penn State. For those of you on Fox Business Network, we say so long. Justin Kutcher, Petros Papadakis, Mark Alfred. See you later.